So you want to go to Mars? I mean, it can't be much different than driving from San Francisco to New York City, right? Well, think of driving that distance, but with just one tank of fuel. It's not possible, is it? Now imagine going to Mars, which is about 31 million miles away from Earth when they're at their closest. The most common misconception of going to Mars is that it's just flying straight towards Mars.
The amount of fuel needed for that would be astronomical, which leads to a ton of weight, which leads to going on the launch pad. And even if you could get past that, by the time you get there, Mars would be long gone.
So how do you get to Mars? Welcome to Orbital Mechanics. There are two main obstacles that we face when going to Mars. The first obstacle is fuel efficiency, and the second obstacle is rendezvousing with Mars.
Let's begin with fuel efficiency. Orbital mechanics is fuel efficient because the engines aren't turned on for the entire journey.
But how? I'll let Isaac Newton take it from here.
A body in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force.
Let's say you're biking and you stop pedaling. You'll be carried forward without having to pedal.
Orbital burns signify pedaling, while cutting off the engine signifies coasting. Coasting results in a very fuel-efficient journey.
Next, let's set up a rendezvous with Mars. The timing of the launch window is very crucial because we want the spacecraft and Mars to meet up at the same time.
So what makes a good launch window?
We launch from Earth only when the phase angle, which is the angle between the Earth, Sun, and Mars, is such that it leads to an encounter with Mars. And if we miss the launch window, then we have to wait for a whole 26 months until the next one. Oh dear, that's far too long. Now after a perfectly timed launch into an orbit around the Earth, let's use the fuel-efficient interplanetary Hohmann transfer to move into Mars' orbit. This transfer consists of a prograde burn that will extend the circular orbit into an elliptical orbit, and a retrograde burn, which will recircularize it. Now that you're familiar with the Hohmann transfer, let's apply the first prograde burn to extend the orbit and escape the Earth's gravitational field. By extending the orbit in the same direction as the Earth's revolution around the Sun, additional velocity is added to the spacecraft's current velocity. This additional velocity will form a new transfer orbit around the Sun, which will extend and intersect Mars' orbit. Now we turn off the engines and coast on this transfer orbit for around a year until we encounter Mars. Oh dear, that's far too long. Hey, I didn't say it would be fast. 1 year later. Finally. Hello, Mars.
Oh hey, you're here to stay?
Yes, I'm planning to land soon.
Cool. You're almost at my periapsis, but if you don't do something soon, you'll slingshot right out of my gravitational field.
Wait, what's a periapsis?
A periapsis is a point in an orbit that is closest to the center of mass, and it is most efficient to burn there. You need to burn retrograde at that point.
You mean the Hohmann transfer's second retrograde burn? Got it.
Gee, Mars is so helpful. Now landing on Mars is different from landing on Earth because of Mars' thin atmosphere. To land smoothly, we're going to need a combination of heat shields, parachutes, engines, and landing legs.
Wait for it. Huzzah!
Hello Martians, we come in peace.